Hello everyone and welcome back to Pythonic Thinking. In the previous lesson, we learned about variables, data types, input, output, and operators. But there's one problem. Our programs still can't make decisions. They simply execute line by line. So today we are going to learn control flow, which allows Python programs to think, decide, and repeat tasks automatically. So let's begin. What is control flow? Imagine you are driving a car and if the traffic light is green, you move. If it's red, you stop. If it's yellow, you slow down. Notice something? Your action depends on condition. Python works exactly the same way. Control flow allows program to make decision, repeat action, skip action. Without control flow, every program would be very limited. Part 1. If statement. The simplest decision-making statement is the if statement. Just take example. Age is equal to 18 if age is greater than equal to 18. So print you can vote. Let's print. Python checks the condition if the condition is true. The code inside the if block runs. If false, Python skip it. Let's take 15. So you can see nothing is printed here. Now, if else statement. Sometimes we want two possible outcomes. Let's understand this with an example. Marks equal 35. Marks greater than equal to 40. Print else. If condition is true, Python will execute the if block. Otherwise, Python execute the else block. Only one block can run at a time. Elif statement. What if we have multiple choices? Let's understand this with an example. Else stop. Now run this example. Python checks condition from top to bottom. The first match condition get executed. After that, Python ignores the remaining conditions. Now part 2, loops. Imagine you need to print hello for 100 times. Will you write print hello 100 times like this? Or just copy paste 100 times? Of course not. That's where loops help us. Loops repeat tasks automatically. So the first loop is while loop. A while loop runs as long as the condition remains true. Let's take an example. Count equal 1. While count is less than equal to 5, print count plus equal 1. Now just execute the loop. You can see it automatically stops till 5. Compare this with the real life example. Imagine filling a basket. Keep pouring water while the bucket is not full. Once full, stop. Now comes to for loop. The for loop is used to iterate through a sequence. Let's take an example. For I in range. Range is a function. and I want to execute this, Python automatically takes each value from the range and stores it in I, then executes the loop body. Think of it as taking attendance in a classroom, one student at a time. Now, nested loop. Nested means a loop inside another loop is called nested loop. Let's take an example. For I in range 3, for j in range 2, print I and j. Now execute this loop. Real life example. Rows and columns in a table. Outer loop handle rows, inner loop handles column. Nested loops are commonly used for patterns, matrices, and games. Part 3. Loop control statements. Sometimes we want to stop a loop immediately. That's where break is used. For example, for I in range 10, if I equal 5, so you can see the loop stop. As soon as Python reaches 5, the loop terminates completely. Think of an emergency stop button. Continue, skip the current iteration and continues with the next iteration. Let's take an example. For I in range 5, if I equal to, continue. Print I. Now you can see Python skip only the current iteration, the loop itself keep running. Think of skipping one question in exam and moving to the next. The pass statement. Pass does absolutely nothing. It acts as a placeholder. If true, pass. Sometimes we plan to write code later. Instead of leaving the block empty, we use pass. Think of it as reserved a seat in a movie theater. The seat exists, but nobody is sitting there yet.